What's going on, everybody? Ed0626. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. And really quick, before I start today's commentary, follow me on all the social media links you see down in the description below. And of course, you can also subscribe to the channel as well and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload from yours truly. And in the description as well, you can also check out my podcast with my friend Eric, as well as a lot of other of our friends that we like to call the 69 Whiskey Army. And of course, you can join the 69 Whiskey Army too by checking out our podcast, checking out our Twitch streams that we're doing pretty regularly now. And I really hope you guys all get the chance to do that. I feel like we do have a great podcast. I think it's definitely catching a lot of audiences worldwide. So I appreciate if you guys would check us out there in the description as well. So today's video. Oh wait, and one other thing. Check out my buddy WhatGrenadeWhere in the description as well. I'll leave his links as well down there because he was in this game with me. As I was saying, this video is being made for a very particular reason. One, because we're nearing that time. In a couple of months, the next Battlefield game will hopefully be, revealed to us. At least that's the plan. Some people say it's going to happen in the spring. Some people say it will happen in the summer. I'm more than willing to bet that if Battlefield is smart, they will start in like late April, early May, because they need to hype this game up for as long as they possibly can until release. I don't want them to do what Cold War did, where like the last month and a half before the game's actual release, we finally know what the fuck the game actually is. To me, Black Ops Cold War had one of the worst marketing tactics in the history of, or one of the worst marketing strategies, in the history of gaming. That's just my opinion. But Battlefield needs to fucking step it up, man. I'm really worried. As excited as I am for the next game, I'm really fucking worried, man. Words do not describe the worries I have with Battlefield. And I've been playing Battlefield for the better part of about 5 years now, pretty consistently. I started with Battlefield 4, and I was more or less, and as I like to say, I was more or less trained by some of my friends who, in my opinion, were some of the best players in the game that I've ever seen. And I had no tactical awareness of what I was doing, because in Call of Duty, I would just run and gun. I would run and gun and hope for the best, and more often than not, it worked out in my favor. But because I was so burnt out on Call of Duty, because the games at that time were just not being put out, they were just not good games being put out, I just kind of stopped caring. And I went to Battlefield, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And when Battlefield 1 came out, everyone was kind of skeptical of the World War I setting, and there were a lot of changes within Battlefield itself that a lot of people, including myself, did not appreciate. But to me, I still feel Battlefield 1 has some of the most fun experiences you can possibly have in a Battlefield game. That's just my opinion. But with Battlefield 5's release a few years later, all that fun went out the toilet. I was kind of excited for a World War II game, but then the shitty marketing, just the overall controversy surrounding the game, it just didn't bode well for my hopes for the game. And of course, the game didn't really release with too much content. A lot of content was pretty much scrapped because the new Battlefield game had to be made, which I understand. But Battlefield 5, I think, is safe to say that a lot of fans were left with a bad taste from the series. And I really do feel like Battlefield, whatever this next Battlefield is, whether it's called Battlefield 6 or whatever, it needs to hit the nail on the head, as far as I'm concerned. Because, like I said, I mean, there were things about Battlefield 5 I liked, because I do enjoy World War II in that era, but there were just a lot of things within the game and a lot of changes that DICE made that I just did not appreciate. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it, man. I mean, between attrition, the building fortification stuff, the overall just feel, I mean, a lot of people praised the gunplay. I didn't think the gunplay was all that impressive. I mean, to be honest, I still kind of prefer Battlefield 4's gunplay, and even sort of Battlefield 1 to an extent. Suppression was still an issue. There was just a lot of issues within the game, and they did make some improvements as well, but it's just, it wasn't really a good gaming experience for me. I mean, yeah, I had fun sometimes, but there were certain game modes I just did not enjoy playing, like even Conquest. Conquest is my favorite game mode in Battlefield. I couldn't even enjoy playing Conquest. I moved to Breakthrough, and Breakthrough was a hell of a lot more fun than anything Conquest did, in my opinion. And there were very few maps that I ever actually cared to play. Like I still say Mercury is probably one of the best maps that game ever produced, as well as some of the Japanese maps that were released. But that's just my opinion. But I really hope I should be putting out a wish list in the next couple of weeks or so about what I want for the next Battlefield game. And I hope a lot of people are going to be doing that as well, because I think DICE really needs to understand just what kind of position they're in with Battlefield. You know, like I said, over the last 4 or 5 years, Battlefield has been a pretty divisive title amongst its fans. And because just a lot of people don't appreciate the changes that are made. You know, a lot of people look back on Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 as some of the crown jewels of the series, and then all of a sudden you kind of switch up mechanics, you switch up the overall aesthetic from World War One and from modern to World War One, then World War Two, and it's just I don't want to say a failure. I don't think that's the right term for it, but it definitely alienated a lot of people in the player base. And even a lot of people on YouTube don't really post stuff anymore. I mean, Jack Frags, he's pretty much stuck more or less. He's doing a little bit more Battlefield now, but he's stuck more or less with Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops Cold War. And, you know, obviously that's what pays the bills. So you have to do something about that. What's his name? What the fuck is his name? X Factor Gaming, he pretty much abandoned Battlefield altogether. He's playing Apex Legends, that shitty Battle Royale, as well, and he played Fortnite for a while too. So, you know, he claims to be like the voice of the community, but meanwhile he's not even playing the actual game. You know, it is what it is. But there are other people in the community that just stopped playing Battlefield, and I think they need to be hyped up. I think the community needs to be hyped up, is what I'm saying in the end. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and of course check out my links in the description. See you later.